Welcome to Lynn Educational Television. I'm Afton Dean here at the Lynn Classical Gymnasium as the Lynn Classical girls basketball team is set to take on the Sachems. For Classical, it's Amber Creighton, Jean Gupton Morrison, Kiera Edmonds, Lindsay Valeri, and Ava Thurman, the starting five. On the other side for the Sachems, it's Shaylin Gork, Jessica Nazaro, Taylor Bogdansky, Kylie Ronan, and Molly Granera. And Granera and Jean Gupton Morrison will tip, and Classical wins a tip, and we're underway here. They're going to go right inside, right away to Jean Gupton Morrison. Her shot is off the glass and no good. Saugus the other way. Near steal for Edmonds. Nice defense by Creighton, but Kylie Ronan with a strong move over the outstretched hands of Creighton, and those are the first points of the game. Saugus leads it here 2-0. Saugus with some full court pressure. Larry resets the offense. Shot clock winding down. It's at 9. They go inside to Gupton Morrison. Nice spin move. Basket won't go. Long rebound out to Thurman. And Ava Thurman with a big shot. The rebound somehow found her. And she's been having a great freshman season. And Ava Thurman wearing the number 40 on her back. Saugus going to try to go inside as well. And they do again. Second straight trip down the court. Valeri dribbles nicely out of the press. And Saugus going to go to that trap defense. And they're going to cause the turnover. So Saugus will get the ball back off the Classical turnover. Nice defense for Saugus. They kick it to the corner. Nice defense by Gupton Morrison. Granera off the dribble, kicks it, and they're going to call a foul against Saugus. So nice defense for Classical as they counter on the other end of the ball. So Valeri will inbound. And I think there was an issue with the clock. And we're going to inbound from the other side. Valeri in, gets it over to Edmonds. And Thurman will get it up over half court. Consistent dose of Creighton inside and Gupton Morrison early in this game. Creighton with her own miss. Dishes it to Gupton Morrison. Nice find underneath the basket. Ties this game up at 4 early on. They kick it to the corner, and shot is good for Taylor Bogdansky. Count the 3. 7-4, Saugus edge. Tipped out of bounds. Bogdansky 3 is the difference in the game at this point, 7-4. 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Saugus off the miss. Looking to run. And it will stay Saugus ball. Saugus a little bit disorganized on the fast break. And the first sub of the game will be Sajeda Dean for the Rams. She'll come in, and Lindsay Valeri will head to the Classical bench. Turnover. Creighton will inbound. Sauga's going to keep with the pressure in the backcourt. And we'll see how long they can sustain that. Nice pick by Creighton. Again, they continue to pound the ball inside to Gupton, Morrison, and Creighton. And no good from both sides. Sauga's fortunate to not give any points up on that trip down the court. Classical crashing the glass. And we got a jump ball. Nice hustle by Ava Thurman. Tracking down the long rebound. It will stay Sauga's ball. 18 on the shot clock. They loop it in. Long three. No good. Shaylin Gork, she was about 3 steps behind the three-point line.
Literally, that's what I'm...
They loop it ahead. Nice pass by Creighton. Morrison tracks it down. Nice way to run the break with Thurman, and it looks like her shot was blocked partially, but she gets hit on the arm, and she will go to the free throw line. Nice heads-up pass by Creighton. Goes to the baseball pass. And as I mentioned, Ava Thurman having a great freshman campaign for the Rams, and she'll be a bright spot for many years to come. And another freshman, Lauren Hennessy, who I'm sure we'll see before the night is over, off the classical bench. She's also had a solid freshman season, and definitely some bright spots looking ahead for the classical Rams. Thurman misses both, and it's going to stay classical ball as it's out off of Granara. So classical will keep the ball here off the missed free throws. And they'll get a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Edmonds inbounding. Sajeda Dean wide open. Can't bank it home. Gupton Morrison, acrobatic rebound, and then banks it home. Jean Gupton Morrison, the senior captain. And from long range, Shaylin Gork. Tipped away from behind. And Saugus will get the ball back here. Creighton with the rebound. Goes the length of the court. Can't bank it home. And it's going to come back Saugus's way. Classical active on the glass here in the first quarter. And foul is going to be on Hennessy, who's just checked into this game. Lauren Hennessy with the number 14 on her back. And also just checked into the game for Lynn Classical is Molly Mannion. And that is Molly, or Jillian Rucapero at the line for Saugus. She misses the first. We'll look to salvage one here. And misses both, and it's Gupton Morrison. Strong rebound. Hennessy pulls up from 3 and gets the friendly bounce. Soft touch by Hennessy. She saw she had some space to shoot it, dribbled behind the arc, and pulled up. Nice aggressive play out of the freshman. Near steal for Dean, and she's causing all kinds of havoc. So it'll stay Saugus ball. Recapero will inbound it. Saugus finally gets it in. Jean Gupton Morrison gets in the passing lane, comes away with the steal, and then her pass is nearly stolen away. Almost gave it right back. Dishes it to Sajeda Dean, and Sajeda Dean with the mid-range jumper. Saugus playing some up-tempo ball here, and Recapero with the left hand. Nice spin move. Recapero out aggressively on defense. Dean thought about it, dishes it to Hennessy. Hennessy off the dribble and stolen away by Recapero. Sajeda Dean with the rebound off the miss. Bosco looking to run. And nice find underneath. Gupton Morrison couldn't finish. And Recapero fouled on the arm. So Recapero will get 2 more free throws. And she makes the first. Now 1 of 3 at the line tonight. This is the second. Now 1 of 4 at the line. Off the rim and out. Nice bid off the offensive rebound. Let's see. It's going to go up for it, but she fumbled the pass. Molly Mannion backing her way down inside, calling for it. They don't get her the ball. Instead, Edmonds attempts to drive and travels. Another deep 3. This one won't go. And it will be out off of Saugus. I'm going to get a timeout from Coach Sawyer with 1:02 left to play here in the first quarter. Again, tight game back and forth here. Classical within 2 at 13-11. Fouls at 3 apiece. And so far for Classical, Jean Gupton Morrison, your leading scorer with 4. But it remains a tight game here at 13-11. And Saugus showing they're not afraid to shoot from beyond the arc. And have hosted a couple deep 3s in this first quarter. And Lauren Hennessy and Ava Thurman, the freshman class, combining for 5 of the 11 points up to this point for Classical. Credit Jean Gupton Morrison and Amber Creighton staying very active on the glass here in this first quarter. Edmonds back into the game. She will inbound underneath the basket. Classical should get the ball 2 more times here in the quarter. And stolen away and then tracked down by Recapero. So Saugus going to get the ball right back. And nice move, everything but the basket. And Edmonds ahead to Thurman. And Thurman's shot looked like it got blocked from behind. Halfway down, Bogdansky was looking for a foul. Molly Mannion comes right back. Shot won't go down. Both teams getting some good looks at the hoop. And that was an acrobatic move. And we got a blocking foul. Ricapero. Their feet were moving. So Jean Gupton Morris are going to get a couple free throws, and that's a tough foul at this stage of the quarter. The Saugus will have to push the ball up court pretty quickly to get a shot off. Gupton Morrison looking to make one, and she does. And desperation three, off the mark, and that will do it. So after one here at the Lynn Classical Gym, it's a tight game. Classical within one. Saugus on top, 13-12. And moving into the second quarter, it is a 1-point game. Saugus on top, 13-12. Jean Gupton Morrison with 5 first quarter points led the way for Classical. And she will inbound to start the quarter. And Thurman will call a play. Thurman gets a step on her defender and then hit from behind, and she'll start at the free throw line. So Classical starts the quarter on a good note. And Thurman has a chance to give Classical the lead. She makes both. Makes the first. Classical back to their starting 5 with the exception of Lauren Hennessy, who is in the game. Thurman makes both. Classical with a 14-13 lead. Another try from 3, no good. Larry with the rebound, up ahead to Thurman. Thurman, jump shot in transition, no good. And Ricapero tracks down the long rebound and then gives it right back to Classical. So an exchange of turnovers. And the outcome, Classical still holding on to a 1-point lead, 14-13. Tipped out of bounds. Larry will inbound it for Classical. Gets it into Creighton. Creighton back down to the defender, and it's going to be out off of Saugus. So initially nice defense there by Molly Granera. Classical will keep the ball. Larry will inbound it this time underneath the basket. Fresh 30 on the clock for the Rams. In Jean Gupton Morrison. And she gets fouled. And some free throws coming up for her. Gupton Morrison, 1 of 2 at the line tonight. Now make it 1 of 3. We'll look to salvage one here. Classical on top 14-13 here in the second quarter, and Gupton Morrison gives Classical a 15-13 lead. 6:34 left to go here in the second quarter. Floater no good. Gupton Morrison comes away with it. Tennessee sees some space. Can't bank it home. And nice pick and roll, but everything but the basket for Saugus. Thurman sidesteps her defender and banks it home. Nice job by Thurman. And suddenly she has 6 points. So 6:05 left to play here in the half. I mean, Classical has opened up a 4-point lead, their largest lead of the game. 17-13. And Saugus has to be careful here with those 6 team fouls. Could mean some free throws for Classical here if they get over the limit. So Classical on the cusp of a state tournament berth, and they're going to have to play well down the stretch here in the last couple weeks of the season if they're going to punch their ticket to the tournament. So Jean Gupton Morrison with 6, Ava Thurman with 6. They have 12 of the 17 Classical points. So we'll see what Saugus draws up out of the timeout. And whistle before she made her move to the basket. So it will be Kylie Ronan inbounding for Saugus. Gets it to the corner. And three-pointer goes for Saugus. That was Fallon Miller. Didn't see her number initially. A nice defense by Creighton getting back into the play. And we are going to see Reese Sprinkler for the first time tonight. So Jada Dean, Amber Creighton, Ava Thurman, and Jean Gupton Morrison join her out there right now for Classical. Samantha Shea makes her move, loses it into the hands of Thurman. Go inside to Creighton. Creighton shot too strong. And they're going to get Creighton with the foul. Trying to force a turnover off the miss, and instead commits the foul. Classical clinging to a 1-point lead at 17-16. And steal by Gupton Morrison. And misses the layup. She had 2 Saugus defenders with her. Shot too high off the glass. Reese Brinkler with the long rebound. Just about at the halfway mark of the quarter. Thurman pulls up from behind the arc and banks it home. Ava Thurman's second three of the night. Using the glass, and Classical's lead back up to 4, 20-16. A rather low-scoring half for the Rams, but just enough to put them out in front by 4. And some free throws coming up for Molly Granera. She's got 4 points tonight, the senior. And makes the first. Edmonds will come back into the game. Amber Creighton will take a rest on the Classical bench. And Granera will look to make both here. And she does. 2 of 2 at the line. Gets Saugus back within 2 at 20-18. And Edmonds will inbound it. And Sajeda Dean finally comes to the ball. Dean dribbling through a crowd of Saugus defenders. Nice job by her. They go inside to Brinkler. Brinkler trying to post up, and her shot gets blocked. But Classical will keep possession here with 18 seconds on the shot clock. And Edmonds will inbound again. Inbounds to Gupton Morrison, but the pass deflected and picked off. So Saugus coming up with some timely defense. And almost looked like it was going to rattle out, but Taylor Bogdansky gets a step on her defender, an easy 2. And game is now tied at 20. And traveling violation. Going to go against Classical. So team fouls at 6 apiece. And Saugus looking to pull ahead here on this possession. They kick it to the corner. Shot long. Saugus doing a nice job getting back on defense. They commit the foul and they are over the limit. So Sajeda Dean going to be at the free throw line. And gets the friendly roll, so she'll get one more. That's her 3rd point of the night. Sajeda Dean, the junior forward, coming off the Classical bench. And she makes both. Classical pulls ahead 22-20. Clear path to the basket there for Taylor Bogdansky. She's done a pretty good job getting to the rim in this first half. Comes up empty there. Sajeda Dean will bring it up. Loses the dribble and looking for someone. Classical going to have to call a timeout to preserve the possession. So 2:43 left to play in the half. Classical clinging to a 22-20 lead. Both teams in foul trouble. Classical just one foul to give until they're over the limit. Actually, their next foul, they'll be over the limit. Saugus already at that point. Coach Sawyer assisted by Helen Ridley. Of course, the former Classical player, part of the 1,000-point club. And tremendous coaching staff under Coach Sawyer. And a great crew. And this team has come together pretty nicely this year. There were a lot of question marks coming into the season, but they've been able to string some wins together and have a chance to make the tournament. So they're right where they need to be as we head into the month of February. And that's tipped out off of Saugus. So Classical will get the ball back here. Looking to extend this lead before the half. Thurman controls the offense. Dr. Morrison's pass picked off. Bogdansky goes coast to coast. She's had a good half. She's got 7. Game knotted at 22 again. And nice play by Lauren Hennessy. Goes to the scoop layup. She's got 5. And nice move. And Wright comes back. Fallon Malerick, sophomore. So Saugus commits the foul, and as I mentioned a short time ago, they are over the limit. So it's going to mean some free throws with 1:33 left to play in the half. Classical finds them down 1. And Hennessy will look to tie it here. Hennessy makes the first. We'll look to give Classical the lead here. And she does. Hennessy with 2 big free throws. And she's got 7. Classical up 26-25 here. Looking to close the quarter out strong. And foul before the shot. Classical, though, over the limit, so free throws coming up here for Molly Granera. Makes the first. She'll get 1 more. Makes both. Big half for Granera for Saugus. And it's been back and forth all game here in the first half. Hennessy looking to dish it to Creighton. It's going to be a jump ball. And possession will be Saugus. Saugus with the lead and the ball. Coming up on a minute's play in the half. Bogdansky met by 2 defenders. Kicks it out, and Shaylin Gork hits her second 3 of the game. And now Saugus has their largest lead of the game by 4 at 30-26. And we're going to get an offensive foul, a legal screen. Saugus can take close to the final shot here if they choose to. We'll see if they take some time off the clock. Off the hands of Millerick. Classical has a chance to get the final shot. Plenty of time. Thurman gonna pull up from 3 and make it. Big shot. And they're gonna say her foot was on the line. It's only gonna count as a 2. And that will be a foul. So, not the best choice if you're Classical. I'm sure Coach Sawyer is shaking his head at that point. Clock nearly expiring. And Classical giving away some points here. Classical left just enough time for Saugus. And stolen away and nearly thrown in by Bogdansky, but that will do it. So Saugus with a couple free throws to end the half. And they lead it here 32-28 at halftime. Classical down 32-28 as we begin in the third quarter here at the Lynn Classical Gym. Saugus on top. And Ava Thurman, the freshman, she's got 11 points. And shoot the ball from beyond the arc really well in that first half. Lauren Hennessy has 7, and Jean Gupton-Morrison has 7 of her own. So 32-28, Classical down 4. And Classical back to the starting 5 to begin the half. And you can see Ava Thurman getting more comfortable with her shot as the season has gone on. Stolen away, and then Saugus gives it right back. And I think part of that is her confidence as a freshman, being able to use her instincts more and be more comfortable shooting the ball. And Gupton-Morrison uses the glass nicely. And that can be tough when you're only one of 2 freshmen on the team, but she's really coming to her own here in the second half of the season. And nice move, Molly Granera. She's leading the way for Saugus right now. And she can drive and she can shoot from 3 as well. Classical having trouble getting the ball over here. And just gets it over half court in time. Nice dish underneath. Count the basket. And Jean Gupton-Morrison will go to the line looking for a 3-point play. How many times have we seen that this season? And the answer is a ton. And Gupton-Morrison, a big contributor on this team. And one of the freshmen one of the seniors who will be graduating this year, so she will be sorely missed. Both her and Amber Creighton have caused havoc in the paint for Classical all year, or for opposing teams, and they will be missed for sure. Bogdansky wild with the 3. Edmonds looking to push it, and then loses it. Bogdansky will bring it up for Saugus. Kicks it to the corner, and it goes for Jessica Nazaro, her first shot of the night, her first points of the night. Hadn't taken a shot up until that point, and Classical loses it. Bogdansky, nice defense there by Gupton Morrison, blocks the shot. Bogdansky didn't have anywhere to go. And Saugus going to be granted with the timeout. So both teams out aggressively. And Classical facing their largest deficit of the night. They did lead by as many as 4, but now Saugus leading by that same margin, 37-33. About 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. And Taylor Bogdansky having a strong game for Saugus. And Fearless driving to the basket. And Molly Granera with some timely outside shooting, leading the way for Saugus right now. Ava Thurman and Jean Gupton Morrison equally as good for Classical right now. So Saugus will have the ball. It will be Granera who inbounds. Saugus with the ball and a 4-point lead. Bogdansky will bring it up. Granera thought about it. Now kicks it. And airmailed from 3. Nearly saved. The ball will come back Classical's way here. Valeri will inbound. Saugus still showing that backcourt pressure. Kind of been on and off with it. Thurman loses the dribble. Creighton comes nicely to the ball. And Creighton gets fouled as she's pushed from behind. So Valeri will inbound one more time for Classical on this side of the court. Right into Gupton Morrison. Hangs but can't hit. Molly Granera going to lead the break for Saugus. A little sidestep of her defender. Draws the contact. And she'll get some free throws of her own. Saugus has turned it on a little bit here in the second half. Granera back rims the first free throw. And front rims the second, so 0 of 2 at the line. Free throws don't hurt Classical in that circumstance. Ava Thurman is going to reset the offense of Classical. Jean Gupton, nice screen. And Kiera Edmonds for 3. Big shot. Classical back within 1 at 37-36. Those are Edmonds' first points of the night. And they couldn't have came at a better time. And Thurman and Nazaro fighting for the ball. And it's going to be jump ball, so we'll stay Saugus ball here. Both teams in good shape foul-wise here to start the second half. Saugus will have 19 seconds on the shot clock when they inbound. They loop it in to Nazaro, and they get it to Bogdansky. Set the screen on Gupton Morrison. Bogdansky got a pretty clean look at the basket. Can't hit. And it's going to be out off of Classical. So Saugus fortunate to keep the ball here. They've been lucky this time down the court. third possession. Lazaro can't bank it home. And look at a fourth try. And Lazaro, or Granera, with the number 22 on her back, gets bumped, and she'll be back at the free throw line. So Saugus, it's been a lengthy amount of time spent down this part of the court, will look to come away with at least 1 point. And Granera gets the first one to go. Good amount of fans on both sides here tonight. And Granera makes both. Emmons ahead and overthrows Molly Mannion. Good idea by Emmons, but passed just too far ahead of Mannion. Good ball movement for Saugus. Shot clock at 8. Nazaro tries to bank it home, and we're going to get a jump ball. Saugus thinks they have it, but it should be classical ball, and it is. Officials get it right. Into Hennessy. Hit the Thurman, dangerous pass. That's unfortunate there. And Kiera Edmonds with the left hand, nice move. She's got 5, all coming in this second half. And she is single-handedly keeping Classical in it. Nazaro from long range gets it to go. Senior guard, she's got 6, both of them coming from three-point land. And stolen away. I don't know how Granera got that ball to her teammate. Saugus keeping it alive. And the 3 ball goes. Kylie Ronan getting into the action here in the third quarter. So Saugus shooting the ball well from long range. And now we've opened up a 7-point lead, 45-38. And due in large part to some hot 3-point shooting. And I feel like nobody's afraid to shoot it from long range on this team. Edmonds had to put it up as the shot clock was winding down. And then we get a traveling violation against Saugus. So scratch the shot clock violation. The ball didn't hit the rim. It should have been a shot clock violation. Instead, it's a Saugus travel. And Molly Mannion. It's actually going to be Reese Brinkler at the line. Both were underneath the basket. So Classical can turn this into some points. And 1 of 2 at the line for Reese Brinkler. Granera, strong move. Kylie Ronan up aggressively on Ava Thurman, causing that turnover. You see Coach Sawyer directing traffic on the classical bench. That's going to go to some backcourt pressure here. Nice job by Reese Brinkler. So Hennessy will inbound it, thanks to some good classical defense. And they're going to need some more stops here. They're going to make up this deficit. And pass picked off by Bogdansky. With the reverse lay-in, foul before the shot. Kylie Ronan will inbound for Saugus. Soon we get some substitutions into the game. Granero will get a well-deserved rest on the Saugus bench. Finally, one doesn't go from 3 for Saugus. As I mentioned, they've been red hot from behind the three-point line. So it will be Kylie Ronan who will inbound it one more time for Saugus. Saugus doing a good job with second chance points tonight. Winning that category. And a big reason why they are ahead in this game. Ava Thurman will pull up from 3, long with it. Shot blocked by Brinkler. Mannion can't go coast to coast. Another offensive rebound for Saugus, and they can get the last shot here. Saugus does a really good job moving the ball and communicating on the offensive end. Milrick up and under. Gets it to go, and Classical will look to take the last shot here. And it's stolen away. And another offensive rebound. Out to Bogdansky. Wild with it. And that will do it. So Saugus. And we'll head into the fourth quarter. Classical down by 10. 49-39. Largest lead for either side tonight. 8 minutes of basketball left to play here at the Classical gym. Classical finds themselves down 10 at 49-39. Classical led by 4 in the third quarter, and then Saugus went on a little run and have been able to distance themselves a little bit and create some breathing room. Classical will start with the ball here. And we're going to get a foul against Saugus, so Classical will keep the ball.
You're good, you're good.
Captain Morrison battling down there. Her and Creighton both underneath the basket. And no matter the score, those two will play hard until the clock shows 0-0-0. You can always depend on that, both of them. Real gamers. Halfway down. Nazaro wanted that one. And Amber Creighton's shot blocked. We're going to get a timeout from Coach Sawyer in the Rams. And it remains a 10-point game at 49-39. And it was pretty close through the first couple quarters. And Saugus really pulling ahead in the third. So Classical will need some stops on defense if they want to get back into this game. And for Saugus, they're just looking to keep the gas pedal on and extend their lead and put this one away. It's going to start on the defensive end for Classical. And going to have to stop some of these three-point shooters for Saugus, who have been on fire, especially in that third quarter. I didn't think they were going to miss. So Classical will have the ball out of the timeout. Edmonds looking, finally gets it into Valeri. Edmonds trying to get the ball into Gupton Morrison. Fortunately, we'll stay Classical ball. And nice job by Amber Creighton. Nice move. And believe it or not, those are her first points of the game. Coming here in the fourth quarter. Although she has been extremely active on the glass tonight for Classical. Creighton fouled as they were trying to get the ball to her. Down on the box. So Creighton will be at the line. Classical can make up some points here with the shot off, the clock off. And unable to do so. So Saugus, fortunate there. And they lead 49-41 with the ball. Shot no good. Creighton comes away with it, looking to push it. Kicks it to Edmonds. Edmonds' shot no good along the baseline. And Jean Gupton Morrison right there for the putback. And if you're the opposing team, you want to know where number 25 is for Classical at all times. She wreaks havoc on the glass. Larry with the rebound. Over to Gupton Morrison. Classical looking. Another score would be nice as they try to dig into this deficit. Morrison gets smacked on the arm. Yeah, she's earning her points tonight. And if you look at this classical team, 8 of their players, 8 of the 13 players on the roster are upperclassmen, and 5 of them, or 4 of them are seniors, and 4 of them are juniors, so very much an upper class team for classical. I'm going to get a timeout from Coach Schruder and the Saugus team. Classical hanging around here. 5:10 left to play, and they're only down 5, 49-44. Saugus is over the limit with 8 fouls. So plenty of time for classical. Classical on a nice little run here in the first 3 minutes of the quarter to get back into this game. Screen by Granera. Offensive foul. So there's the stop that Classical needs. And they can inch a little bit closer on this possession. No whistle. Thurman was looking for one. Looks like she got bumped. No call by the officials. Classical will have to bear down once again on defense. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Jean Gupton Morrison. Ronan will inbound. Gansky was calling for it. They finally get it to her, and she wanted that shot. She was calling for it. They get it to her, and she does not disappoint. First points of the quarter for Saugus. Classical was on a 5-0 run prior to that. Here Edmonds back rims the 3. And Saugus will get the ball right back. And Thurman with the steal. And gets fouled from behind, so Thurman going to go to the line. continues her solid night. Molly Mannion will get in to the game. And we'll see who she substitutes for. Thurman makes her first free throw. She'll come in for Valeri, so it's Molly Mannion. Thurman will have another. Trying to inch her team a little bit closer. And it comes up short. Okay, we're going to get a foul. Pasco going to that backcourt pressure. Doesn't work that time. Instead they commit the foul. August's going to have to make their move here and get it over half court. They finally do. Granera off the glass. She's been outstanding tonight for Saugus. And she can play. Edmonds will inbound it. Both teams battling. It's going to be Saugus ball. Coach Sawyer looks at the officials in disbelief. Saugus can afford to take some time off the clock. Up 9. And time will start to become a factor in this one. Pasco got within 5. Went on a little run to start the quarter. But Saugus, in the midst of a run of their own, they have answered with 5. 5-0 run for Saugus. Lead is at 9. Pasco could use a score here. And Pasco keeping it alive momentarily. Good battle underneath. As I mentioned, the ball movement for Saugus has been well orchestrated tonight by their offense. Big reason why they've gotten so many great looks. Moving the basketball and looking for the open shot. And we get a blocking foul. So Edmonds will have some free throws here. He makes the first. That's big with the shot clock and the game clock off. Or paused. Can really make up some points with Saugus over the limit. And 2 big free throws for Edmonds. Pasco gets it right back. Nice defense by Edmonds. Thurman loses the dribble and then gets hung up. So it's going to be a jump ball. Classical will hold the possession here. 24 on the shot clock, plenty of time. And Thurman loses the dribble again and gets hung up by Bogdansky, so this time it will come back Saugus' way. Again, Classical needs a stop. Saugus can afford to take some time off the clock. Bogdansky nearly banks it home on the line drive shot. Brinkler's shot doesn't go, but she'll get some free throws out of it. This is the first. And with just 1:08 to go in the game, time very limited for Classical. So every defensive possession from this point is critical. And it was a back and forth game until halfway through that third quarter when Saugus opened up their lead. But credit Classical, they have not gone away quietly in this quarter and still hanging around. A 3-possession game. And mathematically possible as they are down 7. Interesting lineup for Classical. So it's Molly Mannion, Reese Brinkler, Ava Thurman, Jean Gupton Morrison, and Amber Creighton. And this isn't a lineup we've seen all that much this year. Mannion, or Brinkler, makes 1 of 2. I thought they were going to give Bogdansky with an offensive foul. Thurman went down hard. So they're going to get her for the blocking foul. I guess you could make the argument that her feet were moving. That should just about do it here. Barring a miracle, Saugus will take this. 1 of 2 at the line for Bogdansky. Now we're going to get a foul. Molly Mannion commits the foul. And Bogdansky will look to extend the 8-point lead. Makes it 9. Tennessee will check back in for offensive purposes. Edmonds can shoot it from 3. Hennessy can shoot it from 3. Thurman, also good from long range, but the lead now 10 for Saugus. Hennessy pulls up off the rim and out. And Granera comes away with the loose ball. And then gets fouled by Edmonds. So we have this stays as is. Classical will drop their 9th game of the season and fall to 6-9. Saugus, a very good team coming into this game, would improve to 11-3. Molly Granera at the line. She has been outstanding tonight. A duo of her and Bogdansky really leading the way for Saugus. There's actually a technical foul applied there. Classical will follow for good measure, although this one just about over. Samantha Shea actually make that Kiera Jones. Her first minutes of the night, coming here late in the 4th quarter. And Saugus definitely showed why they are 11-3 on the season. Classical will not foul, and that will just about do it in this one. So Classical going to drop to 6-9 on the season. Saugus keeps it going, improved to 11-3, 59-48. Saugus going to take this one. Molly Granera, your player of the game, and I've been told that this was her career high, 21 points. So she leads the Sachems to their 11th win of the season. Taylor Bodansky also had a big game. She added 15. Shaylin Gork and Jessica Nazaro with 6 apiece. For Classical, another big game out of Jean Gupton Morrison. She had 14 points and a big presence on the offensive and defensive glass. Ava Thurman with 12 and Lauren Hennessy added 7 off the bench. So Classical will drop to 6-9. Saugus continues their strong 2019-2020 campaign. They improved to 11-3. Final score here, 59-48, Saugus over Classical. From all of us here at Lynn Educational Television, I'm Afton Dean. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.